Rahul Gandhi has just reached his Delhi residence after landing following his conviction in a defamation case in Gujarat. He is likely to appear in the Lok Sabha at 6 p.m. today when Parliament reconvenes. Sonia Gandhi, his mother, is also at Rahul Gandhi's residence right now. Huge protests in favor of Rahul Gandhi by the Congress party, attempting to brand him as a martyr, a victim after his conviction and sentencing to 2 years in prison in a defamation case where he said "Sare Chor Modi." Images of Rahul Gandhi waving to the crowds as he entered his residence in the national capital. Big smile on his face. And now let's take you to our spotlight story on 5 Live. This is the Tipu politics that may have completely backfired on the BJP. Now remember, Tipu Sultan, the king who is well known to have died in battle fighting the British, has been projected to have been killed by 2 figures. The BJP says 2 figures from the Vokkaliga community, Uri Gowda and Nanje Gowda, are the heroes who actually killed Tipu Sultan. Well, experts, seers in the old Mysuru area have castigated and criticized the BJP for using fictitious characters to create a narrative in order to gain electorally in the poll-bound state. It's become an embarrassment of sorts for the BJP that has been pushing the Tipu narrative for a long time now. Take a look at just how badly it has backfired. 18th century Mysuru ruler Tipu Sultan takes the center stage in Karnataka elections 2023. The BJP has been lately claiming that Tipu was killed by Vokkaliga chieftains Uri Gowda and Nanje Gowda and not the British, triggering a debate on the controversial figure.
ಟಿಪ್ಪುವಿನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಬದುಕಿದಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನೇ ಉರಿಗೌಡನ ಥರ ನಾನೇ ದೊಡ್ಡ ನಂಜೇಗೌಡನ ಥರ ಸಿಡಿದು ನಿಲ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಇತಿಹಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಒಬ್ಬ ಮತಾಂಧನ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಕತ್ತಿ ಎತ್ತಿದ ಅವನು.
Tipu Sultan died in the 4th Mysore War in Srirangapatnam after a month-long siege by the British and their allies, the Nizam of Hyderabad. The BJP's claim that Tipu was killed not by the British but by Vokkaliga chieftains is being seen by some political pundits as a move to woo the community who've mostly backed the Janata Dal Secular and the Congress in the old Mysuru region. JDS founder Deve Gowda and State Congress Chief DK Shivakumar are Vokkaligas. The Congress has played down the BJP's claim, instead highlighting corruption.
The people who are in a lunatic asylum, you can't make a comments on them because they should know history first. They can't edit history. They can only learn from the history. And these people don't think so. They have got any will to learn anything from the history. They are trying to edit the history.
Meanwhile, actor Kishore, who starred in blockbusters like Kantara and Kabali, has warned people of fake narratives being created during election time, referring to claims of Uri Gowda and Nanje Gowda, both fictional characters, as having killed Tipu Sultan. Bureau Report, India Today. Before we go to the political parties for their word on this developing story, let's break down for you why the Tipu Sultan showdown is festering in state of war Karnataka. For that, let's understand the regional electoral composition of the old Mysuru area first. Karnataka has 224 assembly constituencies spanning 6 different regions: Bengaluru, Central, Coastal, Hyderabad, Karnataka, and Mumbai, Karnataka, as well as Southern Karnataka. Now, Mumbai, Karnataka and Southern Karnataka are the largest regions of the state and consist of 50 and 51 assembly seats respectively. Coastal Karnataka is the smallest region in the state, comprising only 21 assembly seats. However, this is the region where the BJP has been consistently performing well across elections in the state. Now, can the BJP turn the tide in southern Karnataka, where it is not seen to be strong, including the old Mysuru region? The BJP has been in a weak position in one of the biggest regions of the state, known as southern Karnataka. There are 51 assembly seats in this region. In the past assembly election in 2018, the BJP received 51% votes. In coastal Karnataka, the party managed to win 18 of 21 assembly seats in that region with nearly a 90% strike rate. Another region where the BJP performed very well well was central Karnataka. Here the party won 24 out of 35 assembly seats with a 43% vote share. The strike rate of the BJP here was nearly 70%. Okay, let's go straight across to our guest now. Dr. Narendra Rangappa is spokesperson of the Karnataka BJP. Aishwarya Mahadev, spokesperson of the Congress. Aishwarya, coming to you first. This entire Tipu Sultan killers narrative appears to have backfired. You know, it's not the first time we've heard Tipu Sultan being part of politics and a blame game between the Congress and the BJP. But this time, the killers of Tipu Sultan appears to be the story in the spotlight. And, you know, owing to the words of a local seer in the old Mysuru region, as well as many leaders of their party, this has become something of an embarrassment for the BJP.
Good evening, Shiv. I think first and foremost, the BJP, let's make it very clear, the BJP is so bankrupt of a positive agenda and of development that they will invoke things from centuries previously in order to gain, or reap the benefits of trying to sow seeds of discord and communal disharmony. That is what has happened to the BJP here, and they've been embarrassed not only by the entire community, but also by Shri Nirmalananda Swamiji, who is the seer for this community. And when you talk about Urigowda and Nanjegowda, it is embarrassing that a government that today has actual historians with the fear of being blackballed or even being ostracized, openly talking about how that this Urigowda and Nanjegowda is fictitious and you're just sowing seeds of absolute hate amongst communities for political agendas. The Congress party is very clear. Besides the fact that the BJP has embarrassed themselves with fake news yet again, we're clear that we have a positive agenda. We do not care about history or the past to the extent that we will not let it become a communal sort of issue or an electoral issue. We are talking about a positive agenda of what the Congress is offering you, which is our guarantees, and showing you that the BJP is a government of 40%. And today, Shiv, the BJP also, while trying to foist this sort of false bogey, also has this story of, or rather they're trying to cover up the story of how they've betrayed the SCs and STs. After the bill and in Parliament has told you they do not want to increase the ceiling for SC, STs. They do not want to increase the ceiling for Panchamshalis and Gokhalikas. So this is the reality in my state today, and the BJP has nothing. They are not only bankrupt, they're absolutely corrupt as well. And this is why this new agenda came up, and it's not going to hold any water with any of the electorate in my state, Shiv, and I'm very, very sure of that.
Mr. Rangappa, what do you say? Isn't this an embarrassment for the BJP? You've got everyone coming down like a ton of bricks. You know, was this an error in narrative creation about the killers of Tipu Sultan being, Urigowda and Nanjegowda, who are fictitious characters? You've got even seers in the old Mysuru region saying that this is damaging and insulting to the Vokkaliga community who the BJP is trying to woo.
Not at all, not at all. We are trying to set the course correction right here, because the Congress party all these years have been misleading the people of Karnataka and the whole world by giving false narrations and teaching false things to students in school. For example, let us take this Tipu, for example. They glorify Tipu. The government of Karnataka decided to hold Tipu Jayanti. What is the history of Tipu?
Fake news.
It is an hundred of tyranny, butchery, bigot, and whatnot words to be used. He butchered people, he killed people.
No, but that's not the point here. But, sir, Mr. Rangappa, that is not under contention here. The contention here is over who killed Tipu Sultan. Yes. Are you saying that he did not die in battle with the British? That he was killed by two fictitious characters?
I'll come to it, sir. See, if you take the battle on that particular day, which historian says who killed Tipu Sultan? Is there any name mentioned? Did the Duke of Wellington?
No name is mentioned, so you make up two names.
It is very clearly mentioned. Tipu's
no, but what is the source of this information?
Throughout the night.
Mr.
The night they searched for Tipu's body. They didn't even know how to identify Tipu.
Mr. Rangappa, the BJP is being accused. Mr. Rangappa, one second. We can argue endlessly about history. Mr. Rangappa,
the British didn't even know who Tipu is.
Mr.
So where did
Rangappa,
the British kill
Mr.
Tipu?
Rangappa,
And
you know,
meanwhile,
a very influential seer, godman in the old Mysuru region, a person who is not inimical to the BJP, has said this is insulting to the Vokkaliga community because you cannot foist a narrative of this kind. So it's not just the Congress that's saying it. People who are veritably on your side, so to speak, are saying the same thing, that this is a cynical attempt to woo the Vokkaliga community, and it has backfired.
please give me 30 seconds to speak.
Yes,
sir.
please.
I have got a lot of respect for Swami Nirmalananji. He is an excellent guide for society. He has done a lot of human service to the poor of Karnataka, crossing the religious lines. So my contention here is there is no clear-cut history anywhere where it says the British killed Tipu Sultan, because they didn't even know who Tipu Sultan was. There to identify Tipu Sultan's body with the help of Mir Sadiq.
Sir, but that doesn't mean you can use some fictitious characters, no.
At the same
That doesn't
time,
mean
sir,
you can suddenly add these characters.
At the same time, there was a mention about Urigowda and Nanjegowda in a book released by the Karnataka Sahitya Parishad by the Kumar Swamy government in 2006, which says that there is Urigowda and Nanjegowda rose against rebelled against Tipu Sultan. Number one. Number two, see, history is not only recorded by some traveler or follower and it is propagated further. There are so many other ways of propagation of history. The most important history that is we are trying to quote is the common sense of people, the folklore history that has been.
No, see, look, elections are here. Elections are here. You know, the reasons for this narrative are clear to see. Sir, for such a narrative, sir, one second. Mr. Rangappa, I've heard you out, Mr. Rangappa.
Number two,
I've heard you out.
Literature from the
Sir, our
Karnataka
viewers have heard you out. Respectfully, our viewers have heard you out, but it is conspicuous that this narrative has suddenly come only a few weeks before the elections. That is the point here. You know, where was all this alternate history and alternate facts, earlier? It's not like we've been talking about this now. It's not some great discovery now, but this has suddenly come up just a few weeks before the elections and has been rebutted and refuted by a lot of people, including the seer whose name you just took. Aishwarya, this is not about just Tipu Sultan. I mean, look, political parties are here to win elections. They've got to do what they can to win elections. This is also about the Vokkaliga community. The old Mysuru region hasn't been friendly to the BJP for a very long time, and this is one of their efforts which has backfired. The Congress has taken this to another level. DK Shivakumar, your party president in the state, says he is going to take this up personally because the Vokkaligas have traditionally been JDS and Congress voters. That's what this is about, Aishwarya.
You know, Shiv, before that, Mr. Rangappa said they're trying to right wrongs of history. Yes, we saw exactly what you did with the Rohit Chakratirtha committee in trying to revise history in our textbooks, and you saw the backlash that came from it. Shiv, very simply, I'm asking the BJP. So I did not interrupt you.
No interrupting, please. We have very limited time.
I didn't interrupt you. 1 second. Shiv, the simple question I'm asking is, last I checked, we're in 2023. And the BJP is a government of Vikas, of Achhe Din, of Amrit Kal, and I don't know what other, words I can use for everything that they talk about in development and progress. So why is it that today their biggest agenda seems to be going centuries back, where we talk about somebody who killed somebody or not? Geopolitics of that day was not religious as much as, again, it was strategic kingdoms. But I'm not going to get into that argument. I'm just saying, if the BJP is a government of progress, if the BJP, basically has Narendra Modi ji come every third day and whatnot, and they have such a great agenda for the state, why are they going back into history? Tell us exactly what you've done. Because Tipu Sultan's death, by fictitious characters or not, is not going to fill the stomach of people. It is not going to even give you any sort of development or reduce the fact that 40% commission government. And last, when you talk about the Vokkaligas, sir, what sort of fake reservation did you offer them and then go and give them a stay? You want to truly represent the Vokkaligas? Do not sit and talk about people from their community who killed somebody who was representing Karnataka. Please tell us what you've done. You put them in a category that is legally untenable. Constitutional muster will not be passed on that. And you sit
Okay.
here and have C.T. Ravi talk like a fool. I think you all should be embarrassed of yourself. Don't give me history lessons. Tell me what
20
you've
I
done.
object to that word she has used. I'm very sorry. She can't use that word, sir. I'm
No,
extremely
no,
Sir,
sorry.
that's
you
no
honestly
no
shouldn't
use
be
of
on air
abusive
with the
words.
I
fake
object to
news
that
you're
word.
spreading.
Let her
There was
withdraw
no,
that word.
sir, I object to
Yes,
the fact
be
that you're coming on
diplomatic
air and
and
spreading
she should
fake
use
news.
that word.
No, 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 no
When-
room
Sir,
for
you
no
can
room
use
for
when
any
she's on the
fake
personal
national
news.
words.
Fake
He can't
news.
use
All
the word
personal
Fake
words
news.
have to be denounced
Fake news.
completely.
Fake
Okay.
news.
You know, the political heat in Karnataka is rising. No personal words will be permitted on this show. So, you know, I'm placing that on record here. But I have a feeling that tempers are going to continue to rise in Karnataka. Thank you very much, Mr. Rangappa Aishwarya, for being with us here on 5 Live. Today it is Tipu Sultan. Tomorrow it's going to be something else. India Today's big State of War Karnataka coverage begins in earnest starting this Monday. We've got big coverage plans. You can look out for it. We'll be announcing it very, very shortly here on the channel. Karnataka's #1 channel will never let our viewers down. We're going big guns into pole-bound Karnataka. Thanks for watching. See you on the other side with 6 p.m. Akshita is going to catch you up on all the drama over Rahul Gandhi's return to Delhi, trying to project himself as a martyr and a victim and a Bhagat Singh character. That's next.